All right, good morning, you guys. I am going to go over what you need to put in your notebook first. So this is your intro um, to place value. So turn to the very first page. You're going to write today's date on the top, which it's the 13th, not the 12th. So 9, 12, or 13, 20. Okay, so this is one of the materials that I gave you. It is the multiplication matrix or a multiplication chart. You've seen it. You could see it written two different ways. So this is very important because you guys need to know your multiplication facts. So the way that this works is if you did 1 times 5, where it comes together is the answer. So let's try 6 times 7. So where it comes together, 6 times 7 is 42. So when you glue this in, you're going to line it up with the red line on this side and the blue line along the top so that it's nice and neat. So you're going to glue this in. If you need to pause the video if you're drawing it, then pause the video. But this is going to be a lot of drawing, so you might want to print it out. All right, so after you have this in, the next thing you're going to put in is your vocabulary. So the next thing is your vocabulary, and it looks like this. And there's two pieces to it. The first part that you're going to glue down is what I have underneath here. So you're going to glue down this bottom part, and then the words go on top. So then they make them into flaps. Also, make sure that you glue this part down of it because this tells you what you're going to be learning. So we're going to be learning about recognizing what the digit in the ones place represents. That represents 10 times what it represents in the place to its right, and 1/10 of what it represents in the place to its left. So this is what we're focusing on learning. So the 3 vocabulary words that we are going to add into our notebook is place value, digit, and base 10 system. So once you have it glued in, if you need to glue it in, go ahead and pause the video. And then once it's glued in, you can press play. Oh, I need to turn this so I can write. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's better for you. All right. So you're going to go ahead and open up this first flap. Place value is how much a digit is worth depending on where it is in the number. So we're talking about what it is worth. So go ahead and underline that because that's really important. Okay, so to illustrate it, we're going to write this number, 36 and 85 thousandths. That is a decimal. We're going to underline this 8. The 8 is in the hundredths place, not hundred place, the hundredths, because it's a decimal. So the value of the underlined digit is 8 hundredths. Or you could write it like this. These two mean the same thing. So 8 hundredths. So the value of the underlined digit, because it's in the hundredths, is worth 8 hundredths. Oh, sorry. Our next one is digit. So a digit is all the numbers from 0 to 9. So if I wrote this number, how many digits do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 digits in this number. 4 digits are in that number. Okay, the next one you have is base 10 system. Remember, you guys can pause at any time and then press play. I'm going kind of quick just because you guys have the pausing ability and we don't want this video to be super long. Okay, so the base 10 system, the name of the number system we use with 10 digits. Because remember, 0 through 9 are digits, and there's 10 of them. So 364. We have the ones. We have the tens. And we have the hundreds. So the number system that we use is base 10. All right. So these are your flaps for your vocabulary. Now, if you did not print this out, you can just write them as regular vocabulary words. So you would write place value, and then write the definition. So you would write out the definition, and then you would give an example. So you would write it just like vocabulary words. All right, so that is your vocabulary. The next thing you're going to glue down, so you're going to turn the page. I accidentally did it out of order. The next thing you're going to glue down though, is a place value chart. You're also going to label the top. Place value chart. You're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4 lines and glue it down because you need to be able to write on the top. Okay, so for place value chart, these are the places that you need to know for 6th grade. For 5th grade, I'm sorry. You need to know that this is a decimal point. And these are commas. Commas separate the periods that we have. So this period here is our decimals, because that's to the right of the decimal point. Then you have this, ones, tens, hundreds, and then you have a comma. Well, this section right here, the ones, so the ones, tens, hundreds, it makes a period. So we're going to write on the top here, period. That's why we have commas, just to help us read the number. When you're writing a number, you do not have to write a comma in there. It just makes it easier to read. That's the whole point of it. So each comma separates a period. So basically, every section has ones, tens, hundreds. So this is another period. I'm going to do it in a different color. Let me find one. So we'll do this one in pink. So this is a different period. This is the thousands period. Then you guys have another one also, the millions. Ones, tens, hundreds. See how millions, 10 millions, 100 millions. Same thing with the thousands. It has 100,000, 10,000, thousands. So it just keeps repeating. So millions is another period. And billions and so on. So this place value chart is very important. 1, it helps you be able to spell the places. And 2, you get to see how it works. Okay, so that is all for today. I just wanted you to get that in your notebook because the next lesson is going to be dealing with these vocabulary words, your place value chart, and then this here you'll use throughout the whole entire year to refer back to. Okay, so make sure you have those 3 things in your notebook. When you are finished with those 3 things, I would like you to take a picture of it and upload it to this assignment. So in order to have this assignment completed, you need to take a picture of your notebook and upload it. So let's see if you guys can get that done, if you remember that from last year from using Google Classroom on how to do it. All right. I hope this gets you guys started.